Woe. Woe to you, great city, you mighty city of Babylon. Human history is filled with kingdoms and rulers, each one filled with and leads from its idolatry, immorality, and injustice. Pharaoh of ancient Egypt, Sennacherib of Assyria, Nebuchadnezzar's Babylon, Caesar of Rome, the great Seljuk Empire, Arab and Western slave trading empires. And if you thought the 20th century was great, consider again the bloodiest century that modernity has brought us. Hitler's millennial kingdom, a 1,000-year reich that lasted for 12 years. Stalin, China's Mao Zedong, Pol Pot of Cambodia, and the ISIS Caliphate, just to name a few. For centuries, kings have ruled over the earth. Men fighting over lands and territory, fighting over livestock and materials, fighting over people. Their means and methods are predictable and ageless. They conquer by the sword through violence and bloodshed. Some bring only destructions. Others promise peace and prosperity that ultimately crumbles. The fool says in his heart, there is no God. Even to his own people, he says, when you did these things, I kept silent. You thought I was altogether like you. But the one in heaven laughs. He is not silent. He is altogether not like us. The Lord is holy. The Lord spoke to the heavens into being. So therefore, you kings, be wise. Be warned, O rulers of the earth. For one has come, one is, and one is coming. The Father says to this one, ask me, and I will make the nations as your inheritance, the ends of the earth as your possession. The Father, the one whose throne is in the heavens and whose footstool is on the earth, says to this one, sit at my right hand until I make all your enemies a footstool. The government shall be on his shoulders. And with him, there's no more saying, peace, peace, when there is no peace. There's no false prosperity that is promised and not delivered on, because this one is the true Prince of Peace. This is the Father's chosen one in whom he delights. He put his Spirit on him, and he will bring justice to the nations. Coming out of his mouth is a sharp sword with which to strike down the nations. He will rule them with an iron scepter. When he speaks, it is finished. Yes, kings and kingdoms shall all pass away, but there's something about that name. This one's name is Jesus. And to those who received him, they've seen the glory of God. Yes, they've seen him riding on a white horse, and they've seen him riding in humble and lowly on a donkey. They've seen him roaring as the Lion of Judah, but they've seen him seated on the throne as the slain lamb. They've seen this one full of grace and full of truth, and he will wipe every tear from their eyes. Jesus brings good news to the poor. He binds up the brokenhearted, proclaims freedom to the captives, and release from darkness to the prisoners. Jesus proclaims the year of the Lord's favor and the day of the vengeance of our God. He says, come to me, all who are thirsty. Come to me, all who are weary and heavy laden. For Jesus came teaching, proclaiming the good news of the kingdom, and healing every disease and sickness among the people. The blind receive sight. The lame walk. Those who have leprosy are cleansed. He made the deaf hear. Jesus raised the dead back to life. Yes, the good news is proclaimed to the poor. And if you want God's blessing to rest on you, do not be offended by this man. Jesus has taken away every obstacle to be made right with God. The one who sits on the eternal throne, promised to King David, offers righteousness. The reign of this man is the power of God that brings salvation to everyone who believes, first to the Jew, then to the Gentile. Yes, it's too small a thing to bring back just the lost sheep of Israel. He's a light to the Gentiles, that salvation may reach the end of the earth. But no one could predict the glory of this man. For salvation in God's reign did not come through self-exaltation. No, the reign of God did not come through Jesus exalting himself. But this man took the low path, the path of humiliation. Jesus took the path of the cross. Caught between a world of Pharisaical hypocrisy and Roman brutality, he laid down his life through the most excruciating form of punishment that humanity has designed. But God did not see fit to let his Holy One see decay. This king looked death straight in the eye and walked right in. This king entrusted his soul to the one who judges justly. And by the Spirit of God, this king was raised back to life. He is the faithful witness, the firstborn from the dead, and the ruler of the kings of the earth. And now the promised gospel is proclaimed, the gospel regarding God's Son, who through the Spirit of holiness was appointed Son of God, in power by his resurrection from the dead, Jesus Christ, our Lord. How beautiful is the one who appeared to Thomas and said, "See my hands, see my feet, that it is I myself." How beautiful are the scars of this one. How beautiful are Jesus' hands and the side that was pierced. How beautiful are Jesus' feet that were pierced. Yes, all those earthly kings and all those violent kingdoms, they had their run with their decades or even centuries. But how beautiful is the Lamb who reigns forever and ever. How beautiful is this pierced one who has taken the iniquity of us all. How beautiful and blessed is he who comes in the name of the Lord. Fallen is Babylon the Great. Now behold the Son of Man. He was given authority, glory, and sovereign power. All nations and peoples of every language worship him. His dominion is an everlasting dominion that will not pass away, and his kingdom is one that will never be destroyed. How beautiful is he who proclaims the kingdom of God is at hand. Indeed, how beautiful on the mountains are the feet of those who bring good news, who proclaim peace, who bring good tidings, who proclaim salvation, who say to Zion, "Your God reigns."